MK, and I am back with another Creative Cuts Club cut file design today. Now, actually, I'm not going to do a cut file design. I'm actually going to work with a cut file that was included in March's kit. Now, I do have a couple mixed media items that I am going to use on this layout. Some is this Nouveau Glacier paste, Vicky Bouton modeling paste, and then that stencil was actually from, sorry, I'm showing you the name in case you guys are curious. These little tubs come in my Tonic Studios craft kit, and I have to say that I prefer those over the large tubs because 1 to 2 uses and I'm good to go. I also have my title put down just on this wax bag because I got lazy, and then I have a few little like Ticket to the Moon type of deals from the Redefine Creative Cut Shop. I'm using my brand new clouds that are new to the shop this month, but I was saying about the stencil that it is an Elizabeth Craft Design stencil, and I am unable to find it outside of a ginormous kit that I had purchased. It was like a all-in-one kit. It came with stencils, dies, papers, all that stuff. And to be honest, I've torn up all the kits, and I do not know, not torn them up, but separated them. And I don't know which kit I purchased it from because it was in a store. So I don't know if the store put together the kit or Elizabeth Crafts put the kit together. I also have a few Nouveau vintage drops and then a mystery drop that I don't know what it is, but I discovered later that it's a stone drop and it doesn't come out because the tip is too small. So I don't end up using it. I have 3 photos of a teeny tiny little tornado that came through our little area. I thought it was so cute. And my husband did too. He saw it from where he was in Elko, and I saw it from where I was in Spring Creek. And so it was kind of funny. I didn't take any pictures. I just thought it was kind of cool that I could see it. But he, of course, took photos because he was on his way to the shop. I'm using a Chamel paper. I believe it was from True Stories. I don't know. I did show you guys the branding strip, though, to let you guys know where it was from, but I missed it. I cut down my photos down to 3x4, actually a little bit smaller than 3x4, and then my photo mats will be a 3x4, just to try to put it there. To kind of have them pop off the page. Now, the photo mats is just a cardstock that I had from Close to My Heart that matched this paper perfectly. I do not remember the name of the cardstock, but because it's not double-sided, I'm pretty sure it's retired. Anyways, I also cut my paper down to 9x12. It is a brand new pocket page that I am playing with this year. I just discovered 9x12s. Now, I do know that there are some people that actually do exclusive 9x12s, and so I think that's pretty cool, but this is my first time actually being able to find a 9x12 to purchase. I know that I think it's Simon Says Stamp. I'm not really sure, or Studio Calico. Is that what it's called? I'm sorry if I butchered that name, you guys. Those are shops that I don't frequently visit, just because I don't think of them. In all honesty, it's not anything against them. I just don't think to shop at those 2 shops. I think it's because they're more of the flowery rainbow selection, and that's just not my style. Anyways, I'm getting ready to do the stencil portion after I have already figured out my main element of this page, which is the windmill, and of course my photos, which I thought was just, as soon as I pulled out these photos and saw that windmill, I instantly thought of the Wizard of Oz. I know it's probably not good that I thought of that, but I did. It just made me think of, we're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. I leave out the Toto part, though. But I did realize that my Vicky Bouton modeling paste was completely dried up, so that went into the bin. I just don't have the patience to try to revive any of my products, you guys. It's not in my nature to be patient. Seriously, ask my kids. I have no patience. And so when I can't use a product right out of the tub, straight from the get-go, it goes in the bin. I just barely had to open this Nouveau paste. And so I'm not sure when I'll get back to it. So it might be dried by the time I get back to it. However, I do really like how it went through the stencil, and I like how it looks. So pretty happy with it so far. But those tubs are perfect because you get a 1 to 2 use depending on the size of your stencil and how much you use. It's 1 to 2 uses. And it's just perfect because it's in and out of your craft room. And then you can move on to the next thing. I love products like that just because of the fact that I like having new things in my room. And if something lasts me 2 to 3 to 6 months to a year to 2 years to 4 years, I'm done with it. I really am. And so I really like these little tiny tubs and wish that they were offered outside of the kit. In all honesty. All right, I'm taking the branding strip that came from this paper. I know hearts have absolutely nothing to do with a little tornado. You guys can barely even see it. Honestly, it didn't show up very well at all. Dang it. Anyways, I was hoping you guys could see it in the photos. But anyways, I just cut up the hearts a little bit just to kind of bring in that blue from the branding strip. I really just liked these hearts, and then they've got a black little sketchy outline that's not exactly perfect around the hearts. Hopefully you guys will see those in the close-up. I'm going to spread some of my clouds. I don't think I use all of them, but I spread some of the clouds around, and then I plan on doing more mixed media with the clouds as well. I just wanted to go through all of the tickets that I received because I thought it was kind of cool, the ticket to the moon type of deal, ride the tornado. Anyways, it's just one of those, all in my brain types of working that made this make sense, and now it doesn't when I say it out loud. But I wanted to put those down before I glued my clouds down. Now I did want, and I had the thought, I pulled out the foam and everything. I was going to pop up my photos and the windmill to try to make it look like it was floating in the air, like the tornado picks things up and does. However, I remembered right off the bat that my clouds are also of a dimension, and so it definitely would have been a little too thick for my taste if I would have put foam and then the clouds on top of the foam. So I went ahead and kept everything flat, and the dimension of the layout will be my clouds. After I am done figuring out, I put my title down. I've got my cute little hearts down, which I absolutely love. I feel like they fill in the gaps. Now I'm going to work on the mixed media. So I have this sequins mix. It is just called the Silver Sequins Mix by Close to My Heart. And I love it because it's got all different sized white, silver, and clear sequins. Then it's got all different sized heart iridescent, no hearts, star iridescent sequins. And then little, I don't know what they are, like little specks. Maybe they're the inner bits of the sequins. I just realized that. So I put a first layer down. Now I have to build my layers up, and this does take quite a bit of time, as well as quite a bit of sequins. Like this uses up a ton of sequins. So I did a layer of the Close to My Heart sequins. Now I'm doing a layer of the Nouveau sequins. Now these are just teeny tiny little dots. Now I'm waiting for them to dry, and I'm going to move on to the next set of clouds. By the time I put my other layer on of sequins, I should have put the Nouveau ones down first because they are just teeny tiny little specks. That's it. There's nothing, no variety, no nothing on them. And I thought, I don't want that. So off camera and the next day after everything dried, I decided to put another layer of the Close to My Heart sequins on top of the Nouveau. So there's 3 layers of sequins on top of all of these clouds. However, you don't get to see that section because I did it off camera and, the next day right before I took pictures. I wanted to make sure that everything dried and, kind of show you guys how you don't see the glue and you do see just the sequins. It is kind of a really cool look, and you'll see those at the end in the photos because I did wait till all the glue was completely dried. Of course, I do make a mess all over. I'm trying to use the little spoon to try to help me fill the well of the clouds, and yeah, it doesn't work. I start to pour before I'm even over my clouds. It's like, and I do it to every single one of them. Yep. All right. So once I figured out what my mystery Nouveau was, I decided that, that's not going to work. Plus those little bottles are really hard for me to even squeeze, in all honesty. So I went with my vintage chalk white, and I love this because it dries like it's a white, but it's not quite white. if that makes sense. And it's also matte. It's not shiny. So it allows the sequins to steal the show, which I love. I am applying them while the sequins are still kind of sort of wet. This is a close-up here. I'm going to cut off all of the bits that are hanging off my page, but this is, a close-up of everything wet. The glue is still wet. The sequins are just hanging out on top. The Nuvo is still wet. So in the close-ups of the photos, you'll see everything all dried. I waited till the next day in order to dry them all out. But that is my layout. Oh, you can see the tornado in the close-up. Yay. I'm so happy about that. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I do have to say really quick, here's the close-up of where I added the third layer of sequins, and I really am happy with that and the fact that the glue dried crystal clear. You can't even tell it's there. It's like they're just floating on top of the cloud. I love that. Anyways, I do have to tell you guys a little bit about the Kreative Cuts Club and the fact that it is kind of exclusive because we can only have so many people in the club. If you look at it, you have 200 people, 200 times 7 cut files per person. That is a lot to cut every month and a lot for 1 to 2 people to manage every month. So we try to keep it a very small group just so that way we can keep up with what is required for the club. So anyways, I just wanted to point that out with you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will check y'all tomorrow. Bye.